Welcome to Soccer As We Like It, the Man United direction. I don't even know where to start today. Young Boys 2, Manchester United 1. I think this was absolutely nothing. No one saw this in the stars. It was an absolute shocker to concede to Young Boys. I mean, Young Boys are a good team. I did say yesterday these guys have pace, but on paper, United should have taken care of this team. But here we are today with our panel. We have Joe representing Houston Red Army. Joe, welcome to the show. And we have Adam in Australia. Welcome to the show, Adam.
Hey, buddy.
Well, unfortunately, it's not a great day. It's one of those days whereby when you lose a game, you could say, we played well and we lost. But when you lose badly, it hurts even more. Now, United started the first campaign with Ronaldo in the Champions League for the new season. The group is honestly on paper the easiest group in the whole Champions League draw. And United was seen to blitz through this group, but we don't seem to be able to even do that. Now we started with Young Boys away. Adam, as you saw, on paper, United had a better team. But they didn't. United struggled even the first 10 minutes to get into the game. It's like they were all over the place. It's like Young Boys took the game to United from the onset. What went wrong? Was it the selection? The players were not up to standard today, or it was just a bad day in office?
No, I actually thought we were pretty good. I actually thought we were pretty good up until Ronaldo's goal. It was a great ball over by Bruno, and
that was a perfect pass.
It was beautiful, So I actually thought I actually liked the lineup. The lineup wasn't too bad. So, look, you never win games on paper, do you? So, no. And it's never. And I know as United fans, we love to think United's got a divine right to win all the time, but unfortunately, in this case, we didn't. But I really believe. Well, you can't blame Ollie for two silly mistakes on the pitch. That's for sure. Wan-Bissaka, it's been coming for Wan-Bissaka for a while. His touches is terrible. And then Jesse, unfortunately, I think he was looking to pass to De Gea, and then he saw a couple of players starting to slide in behind the defense. And by the time I think he tried to pull it back, but unfortunately, it was one of those moments where he passed and didn't want to pass and took the pace off the ball, and we copped a goal with a minute to go. And I know, look, I've had a bit of time to reflect on the game now, and some of the decisions, I actually thought McKenna and Ollie started panicking straight away as soon as Wan-Bissaka got sent off. Yeah, I actually thought they panicked straight away, which they do quite often have a chat between the three of them, Carrick, McKenna and Ollie, They're always talking. But in this case, they had the board out. They were trying to suss out things. I get Delo coming on. That made sense to me. But then when we saw Varane come on, I didn't really believe we needed to go to 5 at the back. I thought if we go to 5 at the back, they really come onto us around the 18-yard box a lot more. If we had brought someone on into the midfield, at least we're defending higher up the pitch. So, yeah, look, I was pretty filthy with Ollie after the game, but then when I reflect, you got to blame the players for the 2 mistakes. But then, I don't want to go all out on Ollie and go, he's full on to blame for this game. The players have got to take as much as Ollie for this one, right? For sure.
Joe, we won the match. We won the watch along. We saw it from the beginning. United did start a bit sloppy, but they got into gear. That beautiful pass from Bruno. I mean, who other else would you want at the end of that ball? Straight, simple. That's why he is who he is. Anticipation, boom, done. At that point, where did it go wrong, mate?
It's unfortunate. Like the talking points for today is the loss. Instead of that was an amazing goal.
The pass was beautiful.
The pass was like that's the kind of pass you do on FIFA, and like you throw the controller out the window. Like when somebody's doing that to you, like it's like, okay, that's it, you know. And but after that, I don't know if it's because the guys were leggy from the weekend. It's only been 3 days, right? About 3 days. They traveled. It just wasn't coming off. Like the guys went when it's so frustrating when you see the entire team not take care of the ball, right? And yeah, definitely the Wan-Bissaka thing really just that. And remember before the Wan-Bissaka red card, I had already texted that whether the team was going to be stronger mentally, you know, because I was starting to see a little bit of complacency with them again.
Yeah, you did. I
Right.
mentioned you did say something about complacency.
And that's the thing. This team, even if Ole were to get the tactics right, at some point, I think this team has mental flaws that still we haven't dealt with. And I don't know how we fix that. It's not about getting another defensive midfielder. Like even if we had that defensive midfielder today, a lot of people were just not taking care of the ball today.
No,
Pogba lost the ball. Bruno was wasteful. There was so many wasteful chances.
they couldn't even
Everybody was
create
lazy about it.
chances. Think about
Yeah.
it. We had 2 shots on goal, both by Ronaldo
Right.
in the first half. After that, nothing
That's
else,
it.
mate. Nothing. So that tells you what the hell. So we were pushed so far back, but you got to give credit to young boys. It's like a shark in the water smelling blood. They smell blood after that one. But before the goal, before the one before Saka Center, the Gea had to make a save. There were some shots they were taking outside the box that were whistling past our post in the first half.
Yeah.
But the signs and warning, but the second half, it's like they just kept coming and coming and coming. As like United were, I kept saying, United, they were literally hanging on at this point. At 1-1, that low ball into the cross. I'm going to ask you, Adam, that low ball into the cross down the right. Who was responsible for that?
We had Maguire, Varane. I actually, at the
Yeah.
time, I think I said something about Varane's on the wrong side of the player.
Yeah.
And
it went past
yeah,
Maguire. Maguire trying to use his
Yeah.
back leg to stop. Like,
Yeah.
how? But that was Luke Shaw's position.
yeah, Luke
coming from-
Shaw was way out of the play, and I still don't understand how he's that far out of the play when we've got 5 in defence. So he's that far out. I don't know what he was. See, Shaw to me hasn't really started well either. I think he's a little bit of I don't know whether it's some hangover from the
England.
Euros and the World Cup qualifiers and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't think Shaw set up Ronaldo's goal. Yes, the other week, but I still don't. You know, he has that. Look, a year ago or a couple of years ago, he had that laziness in his game. I don't know whether he looks a bit tired. Maybe they need to bring Tellez. Hopefully, Tellez comes back and he may need a rest because he has played so many games. But yeah, and then when the ball came in, Varane was on the wrong side of the player. Maybe that we can't see on TV whether the player came in from behind him and got in front. But from what we could see on the TV, Varane was totally on the wrong side of the player, and De Gea is not going to stop one from there. So
it reminded me of
it's
Sevilla.
definitely Shaw's fault, not for not
Reminded me
being in position.
The Sevilla semi-final, those 2 low crosses into the box, and we couldn't deal with it. That was what it just reminded me of. I thought that cross, Luke Shaw was in there. Maguire was the closest to the player. He missed the cross. Then Varane was the other option. He missed it. The guy got there before him. And there was nothing De Gea could have done because it was that low cross and the game was done. So, Joe, that low cross, that first goal, let's talk about young boy's first goal.
Actually, believe it or not, I didn't even see the first goal because remember I stepped away. I had a meeting that I had to go to. I had to take care of something real quick. I came back and it was like 1-1. I was like, I did it like, and I've been so upset about the game. I haven't gone back. I have it playing right now on the left side just to see what how that first goal went.
Yeah,
like what minute was it?
You could be watching it and you tell us what you think. But end of the day, right? It was a low cross. The young boys equalizer takes me back to Sevilla. 2 low balls into the box. We couldn't deal with it, and it was done. Now, Adam, you saw that. I saw it. It was just at that point 1-1. You see United were literally hanging
But
on.
even through your chat, your live chat, you were saying they're coming onto us. They're coming onto us. It was but this is when we started bringing Matic and that. Did they come in after the? Yeah, they came in after they scored the first goal. Again, like they went to 1-1, and then we panicked again. So we decided to bring another couple of players
and we
on.
started sitting deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper.
Yeah.
And they just kept coming. They kept having chances. There was one shot that the guy tipped over the bar, another shot from the long range, you know. So they kept coming. Give all praise to young boys who did not give up.
Yeah. Oh, young boys are up for it. And I think they were a bit devastated when Ronaldo scored the first goal, because they did come there to play. And you know, that they are players. You can see, like, we were watching the coverage here, and they were, even from warm up, you could see players, they were looking at Ronaldo. Oh, Ronaldo's in the house here. Ronaldo's in the, you know, so the intimidation's there before the game starts. And to lose this game, look, there's another 5 games to go. So, you know, you can pick up 9 points and you'll still qualify, but it's just going to add more pressure now to Villarreal game at Old Trafford. So, look,
when is that?
That's
next week or 2 weeks' time? How is that? When is that?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not going to go all out like this morning and just blame Ollie for poor tactics, but the players have got to start taking responsibility. Like, I'm sure Jesse felt like shit after that pass.
But you ask yourself, why is he passing backwards? You remember Fred has done this.
Yeah, look, there was
Fred has done this bullshit.
I get if it reaches De Gea, the ball goes long. So it's a pretty smart play, and there was only 16 seconds to go. But Jesse's hesitated on the pass, and unfortunately it worked in their favour, and it was well taken as well. He went to the right-hand side, drew De Gea out to the right, and then popped it into the left. So
I couldn't believe that.
You know, you can't blame Ollie for that.
Joe, you saw me. I was still reading or typing a chat, and I looked to my left like, is this real? This cannot be happening, because I knew how much time was left. I literally, okay, I'll take a draw. I even said I'll take a draw. I did it.
I ended up. I actually sent a text out, and I'm not real religious, and I sent a text out to our supporters group and said, you know, they're coming onto us hard. I'm praying that we take this draw, you know. And sure enough, I shouldn't have written it, because it was about a minute later they ended up bagging that one. So I think they're just going to put this behind them and move to the weekend now.
I think so. Now West Ham are going to be looking like, you know what? These guys look like we could rattle the cage. They must be rattled from Tuesday. We have more time during the week because West Ham are not in any top tournaments. They got more time to prepare. I don't have a good feeling against West Ham. I'm being honest now, and I hate the feeling I'm having against West Ham.
I totally disagree, to be honest with you. I'm really confident this weekend. I think there would have been their heads would have been massively down. You could see them walking off the pitch. You know, they desperately want to please Ronaldo. You know, they want to keep Ronaldo pleased. They you know, we've just made this. He's a major signing, and you know,
he done his part. He did his part.
Yeah, you could see Ronaldo was on the bench, and he was up a couple of times there. I thought he was actually going to take over the coaching for a little bit there. And, you know, so you can see the intensity he's trying to bring to the team. And it's unfortunate that, for me, that we went to 5 at the back. I still think we can play positive with 10 players against a team like Young Boys. I really do. I don't think we needed to go 5 at the back. Like I said, why are we turning – the whole game was flipped. Like, we went defensive. We went to the low block, if that's what you want to call it.
Yeah, we went low block.
And I understand.
And couldn't come out. And could not
people
come out.
People go, when you go down to 10 men, anything can happen. Yes. And it's true. Anything can happen when you go down to 10 men. But, you know, I look back at, you know, Fergie, if we had a player sent off, and we always compare managers to Fergie and stuff like that. I don't know, maybe I've got short memory or something like that. I don't ever remember, Fergie going, well, let's play 5 at the back now and let's, let's sit back and let them come on to us on the 18-yard box. I don't ever remember that, but maybe there was. Maybe I'm wrong.
So
we still should be able to turn 10 men into a positive somewhere along the line.
Someone text me. Someone text me. That he said, he's been a cheeky bastard. He said, you know what? Chelsea went to Anfield with 10 men. They got a draw. They got a point. You guys couldn't even do that to young boys. You guys are rubbish. I was not in the mood to respond, because if I did respond, I might just say, you know what? Some things might just say that I cannot take it back. So I held my horses and ignored it. And to ignore such stupidity, it takes a lot, especially after a defeat like that.
There's more Liverpool supporters watching Manchester United than Manchester United players watching Liverpool. So,
that's a very true point, which is stupid. But they're nothing better to do.
Anything they got to say, you just throw to the bin. And, usually you just let it go to the keeper.
It's not even worth it.
It's not even worth getting into a rant with them,
Joe, why was it so hard for United to even create balls, to even come out? Because Ronaldo, in fact, I did not see Pogba. I did not see Bruno. I didn't see, I know Van der Beek was substituted. The midfield just completely shut down. It's like that part of the production line just went off. It's like, whereby you have machines running. It's like that. It's like an aeroplane. One engine just shut off. It's like they were running on one engine, just the defensive engine. The midfield engine was not even working. We couldn't even create anything. I couldn't even see us putting passes together. Nothing was. It's like it was just we made young boys look like Barcelona. Barcelona of 10 years ago, not Barcelona now. The original tiki taka.
Yeah,
Barcelona.
The way I look at it is like, it's this one with that particular problem. You got to give it to the coaching. We just didn't look like we knew what to do with the high press. This is the second game this season, and it's written on the wall. These teams are going to start sending memos out. If you want to take out Manchester United, you choke them out in the midfield with a high press, right? They have difficulty playing at the back because our midfields, they're always going to go backwards, right? We have difficulty playing out the back. This team did not fear us because, the reason why they kept on coming back, it's like a boxer. You have two boxers boxing, right? If you keep throwing a jab and your jab keeps hitting, right? And even though sometimes you're exposed, the other guy's afraid to take a swing because he's afraid. You can see that person is more afraid to take a swing than the other person is more afraid that they'll get hit if they take a swing. So you just keep on taking as many shots as you can, and that's exactly what happened. They saw the fear in us, especially with the changes that Ole made, and I'm sure, I think he realized it too late, like when he decided to bring Martial on, right? Because he was like, oh, wait a minute. I'm going to need somebody to score in this game. And Jesse Lingard is not. Oh, yeah, that's right. Jesse Lingard's not that dude. Yeah, he scored in the weekend, but he's not that dude.
No, he's not. I don't even see I don't even know what the purpose of bringing Jesse on was, because I couldn't see it. I didn't see the purpose.
For bringing Jesse on, you could have just kept Sancho on the pitch.
You might as well, yeah.
Or Van der Beek.
Yeah.
Right? I would have preferred Sancho or Van der Beek over
Messi.
Jesse. Look at you, Messi.
Jesse Messi, please. So I don't know if I sent you that. Let me try if I can read the text. What my mate sent me. He is so angry. Let me go to his text. I knew this is what he said, and it's a cheeky text, but he said it out of frustration. Come on, okay. He says. A master stroke from Ole. He replaces CR7 with Messi Lingard, who scores the winner. Oh, wait, that really was the winner from Jesse Messi.
Oh, I understand. I understand why he took Ronaldo off. I really do. he wants him for the weekend. He needs him, he needs him for the weekend. But to me, if you're going to take Ronaldo off, you need it. And people have been saying he should have bought Greenwood or not. I don't believe he should have bought Greenwood.
Because actually,
I think it was
you're
a
right,
good...
Andrew. You're right,
Adam.
You're very correct.
Andrew,
work. Andrew, you're so right. Jesse replaced Ronaldo, not Martial. It was Jesse who replaced Ronaldo.
Yeah,
so his purpose, he wasn't going to play up front and hold the ball. So that was a stupid move.
Yeah, so I thought he should have probably brought Martial on earlier because he didn't bring Martial on to the 87th minute. So if you're gonna bring Ronaldo off, to me, you got to bring Martial on. That way he can hold the ball up. You know what I mean? But we were talking earlier in the pod that the amount of ball that was turned over through the game. So, at the end of the day, you're probably wasting Ronaldo out there because our back third was turning over the ball a lot. Yeah, but the reason why their halves are coming onto our halves so much is because we took one of our halves out of the play. We put him we subbed off and put him into the back line. So we're playing with 5 at the back. Or is it 5-3-1? So that's why they're coming on.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's why they're coming on to us a lot more into the game. So, and that's why we ended up. That's why I claim that we probably should have, probably brought the extra player into the midfield. That way, we're defending higher up the pitch. Look, if we get the draw, in the game, we're sort of going. We're going to be filthy that we got the draw, but we're probably not as harsh on Ollie as we probably have been. But at the end of the day, I can't blame, like I said before, I can't blame Ollie for Jesse Lingard's mistake. And he's got enough experience. He plays for England. He's been there. He's 28 years old, and that's decision making. It should be a lot more professional than that. Like
we've seen Fred do that.
You obviously did see those players. You did see that player. And we're not talking about me or you going down and playing in the local park and you see that player and then you play that pass. But the other thing is De Gea never plays, like, where was the pass? The pass was probably 20 yards out of the box, wasn't it? So he's played it in. De Gea would have been on his 6-yard box. So, like you can't even go that way. Like De Gea wasn't high enough. So it was just a bad. Jesse would feel like shit about it for sure. It was just an unfortunate mistake, and so it was very unfortunate. The timing. We're usually doing it to other teams.
It was literally the last kick of the match, mate. Literally the last kick. Like I said, I had already said, you know what? In my mind, this game is done. I'm typing away. I'm looking at my screen here, and I turned to the left like, why are these guys celebrating? I'm sure we couldn't have conceded again. I could not believe it. Joe, you
actually said, oh, we scored. He was like, oh, we scored. Then he was like, oh, wait a minute, they scored?
It was just ridiculous because it was so late in the game. Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
But even when you look through that game, if you look at our defensive 5, the way they were set up, it wasn't even set up well. It wasn't even set up well. Like Shaw was getting caught out that many times.
A lot.
The amount of times the ball got switched out to the right and we were struggling for someone to be there to defend. Even on a couple of corners, the ball fell out to the 18-yard box and there's a free player there. Like you're still playing, they usually got 2 defensive players outside near the halfway line. So you're still manning up on the corners, but we couldn't man up even on the corners. So defensively, it was still quite poor, and you can actually see where we're still. Everyone's praising Varane, but he seems to be falling into the same holes as
Lindelof.
Lindelof and Maguire. Like, okay, you can't tell me when Varane came on, you weren't confident. Okay, we're going to go all right here.
Oh yeah, I thought
Varane's come on. We got Lindelof and we got Maguire.
I did not feel confident.
But it just became a mess.
Because I did not feel confident when Varane came on because Lindelof was still on the pitch. And that to me looks like it would have created confusion. This is not our normal formation.
But that's what it looked like, didn't it?
Yeah,
So,
yeah, it was just confusion, and it just didn't seem like there were going to be people that were off. There was going to be people that had their normal responsibilities that didn't. People were going to that's not our normal game. We don't play three center backs. Certainly not those three, not that three combination. And it just seems so defensive for these guys to be this new, and then for us to just, give them the ball like that. It's just, it was poor. It was poor from everybody from top to bottom. But at the same time, I kind of feel like the team was fatigued because like the second ball was something that we weren't up for it.
yeah, but when you're defending for an hour, you're going to be fatigued big time.
Yeah.
And like you said before, you said it's their third game. Third game. Second game in 3 days. And, they're going to be fatigued an hour into the game. When you're defending that much and you're backpedaling all the time and you're not keeping the ball, you're going to be out on your feet. So, fortunately, look, one positive out of the game for me was it was good to see Delo come on.
Yeah.
I think he'd be good, and he can whip across him. So, this weekend, if it was me as a manager, Delo gets the start for me. I actually 100%. Well, what does Wan-Bissaka offer better than Delo?
Joe,
what is the answer?
Aaron
What is the answer? What is the offer better?
Aaron Wan-Bissaka is the best defensive right back in
but
the
we're not
world.
talking. We're talking about a team now that wants to attack. It wants to attack.
Joe, are you okay? Is everything all right there?
What are you talking about?
Are you okay?
He is, dog. He's the best defensive right back in the world.
But that's okay. But we've just bought a player named Cristiano Ronaldo that's one of the best aerial threats in the world. Wan-Bissaka's not going to get across him. Delo defends good enough, in my opinion, and can attack and isn't afraid to take on a player in an attacking role.
Right.
And that's the type of game that we play.
Do you forget RB Leipzig last season? Do you remember RB Leipzig? A team called RB Leipzig last season, whereby in the first 5 minutes, the 2 goals came from Wan-Bissaka, not closing his guy down or getting. And he's
been poor, Joe. He's been poor over the last few games.
It's because Aaron Wan-Bissaka was attached by the hip to Lindelof last season. You know the reason why.
But he's had Varane and been poor this season. He's had Varane next to him, and he's been poor this season.
Right. Okay. Now, what we're gonna do? We're gonna race through the player ratings. We're just gonna race through.
Oh my God! Let me just.
We're just gonna rate it.
It's really like who doesn't.
I watch you guys do this after every game, and
you see how generous they are, right?
Sometimes I see how generous some of you boys are, and I think other people don't want to step on each other's toes. So this will be very interesting.
Right. Yeah. I'm going to start. So we start with the Gea. We had the regular back with Lindelof. All right, we'll go for it. Any player that you correct me. Now, Adam, David De Gea. What do you go do? Just give me a score out of 10.
Yeah, well, he made a good save there at one stage, and I'll give him maybe a 6.5.
6.5. Joe.
Yeah, I'm giving him about a 6. Yeah.
Okay. Joe, your favorite player, Wan-Bissaka. How much are you grading him?
Oh, Wan-Bissaka. Unfortunately, Wan-Bissaka gets a big fat 0 today.
0 out of 10.
He didn't show anything when he was on the pitch, and he just made a really bad move. So 0. He showed he didn't earn his check today.
Right. Adam, Wan-Bissaka.
Yeah, he's turned up. Poor touch, poor challenge. And like I was just saying, I was on a phone call before I got on to you guys. For me at the moment, everything's negative. So he's passing sideways and he's passing back, and he doesn't look like he's real confident to take on a player. And that's been the last few games. So for me on this game, yeah, 0 for sure. I thought he was absolutely poor.
Right. Sure, Adam.
Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw, I'm going to give him a 4, probably a 4. He's been the same for me. For me at the moment, it's not the Luke Shaw of, say, the ending of this season, last season, I think for today's game, but he was caught out a couple of times with 5 in the back. And, I'd say a 4.
Joe.
I can't give him a 5 because 5's a pass.
Joe.
Yeah, 5's a standard. I'm gonna give him a 4 too. He's not. I'm gonna, as far as, he's not even the Luke Shaw of the Euros. That was just a few weeks ago. So he gets a 4. He was kind of exposed.
Maguire.
And he's the captain, so he's gonna get dinged on it. 3. I don't think he managed that back line. When we decided to play defensively, he's the captain. He's supposed to be in the back line. He did it. When it's not working out, you got to give it to him. So he gets a 3.
Adam.
Yeah, look, once again with Maguire, I'd like to see him step up as that leader. And I thought we were lacking that today. Someone should have been ripping on players and stuff like that because they were getting through our mid a little bit too easy. And so Maguire, I didn't think he led very well in that 5-man background. So, yeah, I've got to say, I'll probably say a 4 for sure. Everyone was below par.
Lindelof beside him.
Lindelof. I didn't think Lindelof was... I didn't take much notice of Lindelof, to be honest with you.
I know.
I didn't take much notice. I don't know if he was in the game or he was just a bit overawed by having Varane next to him or something like that. I don't tend to remember him making a mistake, but, I can't really. If I've given Maguire a 4, I've got to give him a 4 too.
Okay.
So,
Joe.
Yeah.
Lindelof.
I didn't see him do something wrong, but I know he did something wrong. He gets a 3.
Okay. While we're still with
I
Joe.
just know it.
Joe. Van der Beek. We're going to the midfield now.
Van der Beek. Excuse me. Van der Beek. Man of the match. Well, other than De Gea, he looked great during the game while he was in the first 35 minutes. I give him a solid 6 for Van der Beek.
Adam.
Yeah, I thought Donny was very good as well. I thought he was actually keeping that right-hand side in check. So, yeah, and his switch of the ball, like when he got the ball, he was switching the play really well in that first few minutes. I don't know whether he did Ollie actually start with 2 6s or was Donny playing an 8? So I'm not even really sure. But whenever he had the ball, he switched out really well. He kept the play going forward and everything like that. So, yeah, I've got to say maybe a 6 or a 7 as well.
Okay. Fred. Adam. Fred.
You have to give it to me. Fred was okay. He did lose. He had the normal shitty touches at time. But I can't give Fred. I'll give Fred a 5 just because I'm a bit irate with him.
Okay. Joe.
Yeah.
Fred, for me, he's gonna get a 4.5. He doesn't get a 5 for me, man.
4.5. Right.
All he did was just solidify Donny's position in getting in front of him, because he seems like he's getting dinged on some self-motivation or whatever, confidence or whatever, because he just does not. He's getting bullied ever since Traore. I don't know if it's just like his mind, his psyche is all fucked up. Ever since Debo, Traore just bullied him. Did that Wolves game. He doesn't seem like he's been the same. He was just getting tossed around this game also. So 4.5 for me, man.
Right. While you're there, Pogba.
Nah, man. You're supposed to be our guy. The formation may not have been great, but I need leadership. I need leadership in that midfield, man. I need him to find a way. That's what he gets paid for. You want to talk about, you want to go to Real Madrid, you want big challenges. This is the challenge right now, man. 4.5 for me. I wasn't impressed. Lost the ball in dangerous positions again because he diddles. And that could be simply because of the formation, because I think Again, we had an issue with transitioning, and the longer Pogba holds on to that ball, it's like, he's kind of like, to make a American football reference, the New York Giants, the quarterback, Daniel Jones. The longer he takes off and runs with the ball, the greater the chances he's gonna fumble. And that's exactly what happens with Pogba.
Right.
The longer he has the ball with pressure, you already know. And he's going to try to play it off like he's trying. I hate it when he does this thing where he tries to get the foul off of it. You're like plop over, and he'll do it in dangerous positions, looking at the referee. It's like, they don't care about that, man. Don't lose the ball in front of the box. Get the hell up.
Right.
1.5.
Adam.
Yeah, Pogba. I don't know whether look, today they played on a synthetic pitch as well. So I don't know if you guys knew that, but today was a synthetic pitch.
It's
so
not easy to play on.
It's not for people that we play on a lot of synthetic pitches here. And the ball moves totally different. These boys are all used to playing on grass, but I mean, that's not an excuse you need to use. But the ball's coming onto a lot of the fellas a lot quicker. And Pogba's touch wasn't the best, so I don't know if that had a lot to do with it. But at the end of the day, you're given a rating of the whole aspect of the game. So I can't. The other thing was, and I'll bring it up as well, when you go down to 10 men, Pogba's not going to be the best man that's going to defend for you either. So that was like, even that Sancho sub to bring Delo on, I actually thought he should have sub Pogba. At least Sancho can get the ball and run a bit. But then if you take Pogba out, that defeats my purpose of saying we should have played more in the midfield. So, probably Pogba. He did lose the ball a few times. So, yeah, probably with you with a 4.
Right. While you're there, Bruno Fernandes.
Bruno Fernandes, you've got to give him credit on that.
That pass.
That pass, just on that pass alone. So that's a pass. That's a pass of a 5. Bruno, he did on that right-hand side. He did turn over the ball a couple of times on that right-hand side. So I'll probably give him maybe a 5.5, 6. Okay. Yeah, maybe not even a 6. Probably a 5.5. Yeah.
Okay. Joe.
Yeah.
Bruno.
I think I'll go as far as to give him a 6. He looked like he was trying to do something with Pogba. I honestly think we could have won this game if it wasn't the Wan-Bissaka thing. It was just a kick in the gut, man.
Yeah.
It just took all the air out of us. And
we
were looking good. I don't think young boys would have been able to keep that pressure the entire game. And but he's Bruno. He's one of those kind of players that is supposed to make a difference. So you're right. Instead of that 6, I'll give it a 5.5 too. He didn't show up.
Why would Sancho?
Sancho. Sorry, it's you. Yep.
No, Sancho looked.
No, good, Joe.
Sancho was looking decent, actually. Unfortunately, he was a casualty of the red card. He was looking good on the right side. I think Ole needs to play him on the right side. He looks great. Looking better on the right side. Again, coaching. I'm not seeing much as far as the relationship between Aaron Wan-Bissaka and Aaron Wan-Bissaka is not even just. He's just not meshing with anybody on the right wing anymore. I'm just not seeing those.
That we'll discuss another day. Okay. Right. You've graded Sancho. Graded Sancho?
Sancho, I give him a 5.5.
5.5. What do you give him? And
I actually still think we could have won the game with 10 men. So just the way we made our subs and stuff like that and stupid mistakes, even though we got 1 sent off, I still think we could have won it with 10 men. But I thought Sancho was good. But again, he had 2 chances there to cross the ball over. There was one time he got abused by Bruno that I clearly remember. And he cut back in this time on his left foot. So I think he's one of those players that, he was taking the ball forward, but he's got to get that cross in. Yeah. So for me, being that he didn't get that cross in, I'd have to say, I'm not going to say, I'd say he passes for a 5.5 for sure. 6. Yeah.
All right. While we're still with you, Ronaldo.
Amazing first touch. Can't beat that, man. Didn't get much service after that. It's really not much. He did what he can. He's a 36-year-old man, man. Don't expect this guy to be running down. He did what he could do, and I would hate for this team to be the kind of team that just sits around and watches. Ronaldo should be a plus, like a cherry on top. We need to be scoring goals, and not dependent on his goals. Right. Ronaldo's goals should be a cherry on top. He did his job today.
2 shots on goal were all from him. Nothing else. That was it.
Like and there would have been more if he just got the ball to his feet. So I'm gonna get 6.5, 7 for his efforts. Like he didn't, it's only so much you can do.
Yeah,
Adam, what do you think?
Yeah, look, Ronaldo to me today, when he was on, you actually saw him trying to lead the team. He was there trying to lead the team. He was there trying to give the backs confidence to play out. And at one stage, and I've never seen that in Ronaldo. He actually dropped back into the back third and made a couple of clinical tackles. So it's not like you can say Ronaldo was there just up the front trying to orchestrate something us getting out of the back. He was actually dropping deeper into the pitch and trying to win that ball. Don't get me wrong, he always drops back in to try and win the ball for himself. But this time he was actually dropping in defensively to help us out. Not to mention his control on the cross from Bruno, and then he got fortunate. I don't know how he gets it under the keeper's legs again. And
first touch.
He just seems that first touch, he gets it out in front of him every single time. And it was Ronaldo, you got to give him 6.5, 7 for sure.
Right. He did take another shot, which on his left foot, with the keeper blocked the second attempt he made. And after that, it was lights out. Other than that, it was lights out. So let's go to the subs. Start with the first sub. I'm going to start with you, Joe, below.
Looked promising, looked all right. I'm not too... but you know what? They still were attacking us on the left side. It seemed like they... I don't know who their left winger is, but it seemed like that guy really... the
people on the flanks were really
they always look dangerous on that side.
If you remember, I said last night, they have pacey players. And I'm going from what I've seen them in the past. They play on the whiff. They play with fast guys who could run and stretch our defense. When we had a player sent off, I said, well, we'll just see how this one plays out. Because I knew what to expect from young boys. They just run at you. They're like runners. They just run. And with pace.
Man, I really wish we get to play them again. I think we're just gonna we have this tendency, just complacency, man.
Yeah.
Complacency. It's like we pick and choose who we go at.
Yeah. So what are you giving Delo?
Go at everyone. Delo, I'll give him a 6. 5.5.
5.5. Right. Adam. Delo.
Yeah, Delo, for me, it was the right sub for Delo to come on. He was carrying the ball forward, which was good when he did come on. And I thought he was trying to... Was Sancho on when he came on? He wasn't. He was the first sub, wasn't he? Yeah. So he was trying to carry the ball forward, which I liked. Defensively, when he was starting to come... Delo's got this tendency. He loves to jockey. And he doesn't like to get his foot in there. So if that's probably a negative for him.
He's a defender.
I understand that, but we also play an attacking game as well. So you got to take the good with the bad at times. So there's not too many players. Yeah, I'd probably be the same, maybe 5.5, because he didn't do anything extravagant to really turn a game or anything like that. Right. So I'd probably be 5.5 as well.
Right. While we're still with you, what would you grade Varane?
Varane, I don't think he did anything. Look, he was poor. I thought, and like I said, from the TV, you can't see where that player's made the run. But a player of his experience, okay, maybe he didn't see it. He may not have been able to see it through Maguire, but still, the way I've called it, it's his fault. He should have been in front and probably moved quicker to the ball.
Yeah.
At times, I thought him and Maguire, they were trying to G each other up and stuff like that. And with the experience he's got, and I can't say that you can't say he hasn't played bad over the last few weeks because he's played really well, But probably, I'd probably give him a 6, probably 6. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Joe?
Varane, I'm looking at that goal again. I'll give him a little bit of break because there was like a dummy kind of situation where the pass came in.
It looked like it was
supposed to, it was low cross, and it had a bit of pace in it. All the guy had to do was stick his foot out, and then that was going.
Yeah, but he was well in front of him, so that's what I'm saying. I don't know what area he's come from in the box. So, yeah.
So
that's
what you're looking at it again now. And Joe, what do you give him?
He's a sub. Give him a solid 5.
5.
So you're harsher than me.
Yeah. Nah, man. Hey,
I was a 6.
If you're brought in there to shut it down.
That's right.
You didn't get it done.
Exactly right.
He's lucky I didn't go lower than 5.
Right. While we're with Joe, what do you give Matic? He was brought in to shut it down as well.
Yeah, unfortunately, that also shut down our offense. 5.
Yeah.
Adam,
there's not much you could do with us.
Yeah, look, Matic. There was 3 midfield, so Matic ain't going to do much for you if there's 3 in the midfield, is he? So, and at times, I think he actually was dropping back into the actual line of defence.
Yeah.
So it actually became a 6-man back line. So, yeah. So it's really a bit poor on Matic to drop that. So maybe he was covering for sure. I don't know, but yeah, I'd probably be the same 5.
Right. Yeah. Okay. We've done Matic. What did you give Matic, Joe?
Matic, a 5.
5. Yeah. Right. Well, with Matic, we'll now move on to the one and only Jesse Lingard.
Jesse Lingard gets a 3 today. He gets a 3. Didn't show anything when he came into the game.
Did nothing, absolutely.
And
but to close the game out.
For somebody that has come up in the academy, you're not a championship player. You're fighting to get into this team, man. You're fighting to get into this lineup. You're supposed to be trying to get into the England team, and you do this. Yeah, like that was the kind of play we thought we were gonna get out of Fred or McTominay. Come on, man. No, you're supposed to be a professional. Nah, that's a 3, man.
3.
No, you know what? Fuck that. 2. 2, man. 2, man. Really, that's a 2.
Adam,
like, I make that mistake. I've made that mistake.
Yeah.
No, that was a costly mistake. That was costly.
Yeah.
That was just costly. Remember when Fred did that nonsense in the FA Cup semi-finals last season? Those passing back to defenders when they're not expecting that pass, it's just poor and poor. So, Adam, what are you giving Jesse Lingard?
Yeah, look, I'm probably with him on a 2 or a 3, but it is poor. It's to hesitate, and that's what it was at the end of the day. It was a hesitant decision, and it was a hesitant decision. He wanted to do it, but didn't want to do it, but did it, and it became a very poor pass.
Exactly.
But I don't think. I don't think Ollie did the midfield any favors by having 3 in there. It definitely didn't do him any favors. But then again, I don't understand why he brought Jesse on. If you're going to sub, if part of your plan is to sub Bruno and Ronaldo, Bruno and Ronaldo. I had a memory. I forgot Ronaldo was playing with us. Yeah, Bruno and Ronaldo. What is Jesse going to do?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So, somewhere along the line, we're here talking about Jesse, how bad that pass was. But I don't think Ollie done the midfield any favours by having 3 in there. And if you're going to sub Bruno and Ronaldo, I don't see what Matic, was it Fred? Matic, Fred, and Jesse at the
Jesse.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah. What were they going to do to help the team not only go forward, but defensively?
Exactly.
So, yeah, if there was one part of the, it's I don't know.
While we're with you, Marshall, Adam, Marshall.
Well, he came on in the 87th minute, didn't he? 87th minute. He should have been on a lot earlier. You know, if you're going to rest Ronaldo, he should have been on a lot earlier. That was my sub for Ronaldo if you're going to do one. I actually thought even in the young game, last game, Martial actually came on. He did pretty well. You know, he was involved in that nice little bit of footwork and the dummy and stuff like that to score the goal. I actually thought when he came on, he actually got involved there and he was trying to get the ball to hold it up to slow the game down. And then unfortunately we copped that mistake. And, so I'm not going to, you can't really go and rate him, can you, for being on in the 87th minute? Because he probably only got involved in the play twice.
Not enough time, yeah.
So I don't know. I can't really give him a rating.
He swapped bench substitution spots with Donnie.
Yeah. So what are you giving him for what he did today? What did Marshall do? What are you rating him?
He looked good. He wasn't there long enough, and he didn't lose us the game. So he gets a solid 5.
Right. Let's quickly go to Ole. Tactics, substitution, and selection today. Adam, what are you going to grade Ole?
I actually thought he got the selections right. So at the start of the game,
the selection right.
Yeah, tactics. I looked at the subs and I looked at the team lineup and I went, it's not bad. We're playing young boys. You know, you go with that for sure.
Right. Tactics.
But then tactically he had a plan. And I think he had a plan even when we went down to 10 men. But unfortunately, it just didn't work out. You can't say he never had a plan because he decided he wanted 5 at the back and he wanted 3 in the midfield. Unfortunately, his subs let him down.
Right.
And that
substitutions.
Was the big thing.
What are you giving him for
him down. So, but mate, I'll give Ollie I can't give him a pass. It's 4 but that's not just for him. That's his whole team because McKenna was there involved in the decisions as well. And you saw straight away that the camera went straight onto him. As soon as that player got sent off, the camera always goes to the manager and the assistants. So, you got to give him below par for the he did have tactics. They just didn't work.
Right.
Yeah.
Joe, tactics, team selection, and substitution. Ole
did well with the team selection. I thought it was a strong team.
Yeah.
I thought it was a team strong enough to be able to, take this game by the horns.
Yeah.
And if it didn't pan out, that just means Ole's plan was shit. Tactics was shit. Backup was shit. Substitutions was shit. And plan B, I don't even think he had a plan B. If you have a plan B, you just tell everybody, hey, plan B.
He definitely didn't have a plan for when we went down to 10 men. That's for sure. Yeah.
So, so he gets a point for the lineup. Ole gets a 1.
Okay.
Sorry, bro.
Right. What are you grading the whole team?
I would have to encompass the whole. Young boys looked like a better coached team.
I agree.
You did.
Do you find in saying that, because that's a great comment, and I often say that, I often watch other teams and I feel other teams actually look better than us all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
they actually, to me, other teams always, and I don't know, maybe that's just me, but I often watch other teams.
We see that.
I watch highlights and I just feel they actually, we get the job done. Remember, we've come second and third and over the last few years, but even when we are winning games, I just feel other teams move the ball a bit better. Maybe we've just got better individual players that get us over the line.
You read my mind. Individual brilliance has gotten Ole out. So now you have given Ole, Adam, you gave me 4, right?
Yeah, I'll give him a 4.
And Joe, you gave me 1.
It's a 1.
Yeah.
Good lineup.
Overall, the whole team performance as a unit. Joe, what are you grading the team as a unit today, including the subs, the players who came on, and the players who started? What are you giving that whole team today?
The team did 2 good things today. The pass by Bruno and the touch by Cristiano. The team gets a 2.
Wow. Adam.
That's all I saw.
Yeah.
Two shots on goal? No,
90 minutes, It's not good enough, mate. Not good
not
enough.
enough. Not good enough. Not against young boys. No, this isn't Barcelona. This isn't Bayern Munich. This is young boys. Yo, what if we went into PSG? What are we talking about? Yo, if we play like this against Villarreal, they're gonna spank us. They're gonna beat us. They're gonna beat us again.
Look, the whole thing is
reopen that wound.
The whole thing is when you rate the team, when you rate it as a team performance, we're up 1-0. That send-off doesn't happen. We still win. We win the game. So, I won't go as harsh as saying it. I think the effort was there. I just think it was poorly managed.
Yeah.
So, but then I think we had two individuals that made two stupid mistakes.
Yep.
We have a draw in this game. You're probably not rating the team as low as that. So for me, it's probably, it's definitely not a pass. That's for sure. For me, it's probably a 4.
A 4. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Your player rated them. Our next game is away to West Ham. What do you see happening there? Can you see us being West Ham away? West Ham are playing well.
I see a good response. I see a good response out of the team.
Yeah.
I don't know. I really, again, Ole is now the last X factor. I'm not even worried about the defensive midfielder anymore because Ole is doing way more damage than any Fred could have done. Ole did more damage today than Fred did. Ole did more damage than Matic did. So I don't want to hear anything about defensive midfielder right now. Ole failed us today.
Right.
I actually said that a couple of podcasts ago to you. I said our biggest problem, one of our biggest issues is going to be Ollie, whether he can manage this side and get it right on the pitch.
That's right.
And, but as far as the game this weekend, you'll 100%, you'll get a response out of these boys.
I hope so, mate.
There's no way you could see the dejection in the side when they were walking off the pitch. And, fortunately, we have got a Ronaldo signing. And as you said, Joe, we can't be relying on Ronaldo. It should be the other, or was it you saying that, Tim? He should be the cherry on top,
Yeah, Joe said that, yeah.
Yeah, he should be the cherry on top. So I think this weekend we should get a really good response against West Ham for sure. Yeah, the boys will come out and play. Yeah.
I hope so. I really do hope so. Joe, West Ham.
I'm definitely thinking that it's going to be a strong response. If there isn't, we've got some major problems. It's clear it's all in the coaching staff because remember what you said. We went down and blase. We're not Everton, man.
Yeah.
Everton goes down 10 men. That is a significant loss in their plans. This is Manchester United. Look at that team, man. Look at that bench. A better manager. I can't help but to ignore that a better manager would make better decisions with this team. You see it. I see it. We all see it. We're looking at it. Our eyes
the problem we've got is we tried the Van Gaal, we tried the Mourinho, and they are two better coaches than Ollie.
Oh no, okay.
And that's the situation that we're in as a club, because we did go that way. And I'm not going to say Ollie out, no way. I can't say that about him. The decisions have got to be so much better.
I'm not saying Ollie out.
I know, 100%, Joe.
I'm saying I want to see the same way. I'm saying I want to see Ollie do better because
100%.
I want to see the same way I want to see Martial do better. I want to see there's certain players that we have expectations for,
right?
And we have.
I feel the same way as Joe. Exactly the same.
He's just not pulling the trigger because the reason why it's because I shouldn't feel like a fan. Like I'm thinking at a higher
you feel like
level
you make better decisions than the
yeah,
manager.
Like that's a terrible place to be in.
Yeah,
Like,
I actually said today, I reckon I could manage this side. So You know,
exactly. It's like knowing more than your doctor. It's like, whoa, this is not supposed to be.
most doctors use
need,
Google now, don't they? Unfortunately,
yeah,
Ollie can't use Google.
Oh my God. Imagine going to a doctor and the doctor's like, oh, let me check this out real quick.
Don't worry, I have been to one that's done that.
Right. So,
Yeah.
as
It was the last
United,
time I went.
United have 0 points in the group. First game, 0 points. Started the fly start with Ronaldo. Then after that, it's like the lights went completely out. The team capitulated. Poor midfield, poor defending, 2 bloody mistakes from Wan-Bissaka and Jesse making those passes I call not even looking, just send the ball backwards, and the rest is history. United failed to beat a team who were the home team. I mean, I was reading some information on the young boys. They had sold most of the tickets out, but most of the fans wanted to see Ronaldo because young boys and Real Madrid barely play. See what I mean?
Yeah.
So meeting United and Ronaldo, the fans were literally eager to watch him live. And yes, they saw him. He came, he saw, he conquered for himself. But as a team, the team literally failed him because United, in 90 minutes, had 2 attempts on goal. And they were both by Ronaldo. One was saved and one was scored.
Yeah.
But other than that, it was absolutely shocking performance from the team.
We need to be careful with the way we're embarrassing Ronaldo all over the world.
Ole, the team was shocking today, without a doubt. But also the players have to take responsibility for the poor performance, especially the defenders and the midfielders who failed to even create anything. Couldn't even keep the ball. I mean, young boys were rushing them, whereby it was making them make rush passes, wrong passes. So it's like young boys didn't give them time to settle on the ball. Young boys didn't even respect them. Like, they showed no fear.
No fear.
They went there like, right, you scored one. Oh, you're now 10 men. All right, we're coming for you. And they came, they saw, they defeated, took 3 points, and they topped the table of the group. Well, we have come to that part and the show.
Yeah, come and say, this is my daughter. My daughter, she's busting for me to come out for a kick.
How are you?
So we're going for a kick after this.
You all right?
You said, are you all right?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
Not too bad. I'm just making sure your dad's not up too late, but it's afternoon. There's midnight over here. So yeah.
Late.
They're from Houston, Texas. Yeah.
Right. Yes, it's midnight there. So you're already on Tuesday. We're not on Tuesday. You're already on Wednesday.
No, we're Wednesday. We're Wednesday.
No, we're still on Tuesday midnight out here.
It's
so
right.
We'll get right. Well, nice chatting to you.
Nice chatting to you too.
All right, you take care.
Thank you too.
All right. So Adam, as you know, it's been an absolute nightmare game today, an absolute poor show. I hope lessons are learned from this. We got to do better. There's no excuse not to do better. There's no excuse not to do better. This should be a wake-up call. It should be a wake-up call for the whole team. Take time out. They got 4 days before they play West Ham on Sunday. They got time to think about it. The game is done. It's passed. You'll have another opportunity to repay this defeat by beating them mercilessly at Old Trafford. But for now, we're last in the group. It is what it is. We move on. It is next West Ham away. Hopefully.
Well, one thing we didn't mention is Villarreal and Atlanta had a draw. So Atlanta had a draw. So
that's the only good thing.
It's one of the only positives out of the game. So we're only 1 point. So
who was away in that game and who was home? Do you remember?
Yeah, Villarreal was at home.
So Atalanta got a point in Spain.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, this is the problem. We get small teams out.
Well, Villarreal had a player sent off. In the 84th minute. So, yeah. So, actually, I'm just looking at it now. Atalanta were up in the 6th minute.
Oh, wow.
Then Villarreal scored in the 39th. Then Villarreal scored in the 73rd. And then Atalanta scored in the 83rd. And then there was a player sent off in the 84th.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So, as you can see, Joe, We have them small teams on paper. United look like they could blitz these teams. I guarantee you, I hope not. I touch wood, we don't see this again. Atalanta will give us a hard game when we go play them. You watch. You watch.
Yeah, it's almost as if like maybe we're better off in the group of death, man. I just want to see, like, put us in a group of death. Like, no, seriously. Like,
Yeah, because you got to come out and play.
Yeah, I'm sick of this. I'm sick of Istanbul. I'm sick of fucking young boys. Who names their club Young Boys in the first place? They're a bunch of freaking tax
In
assessors,
Wankdorf.
man.
Let me tell you
Come
something,
on,
Joe. There's a saying where we're gonna give to Caesar that belongs to Caesar. Give respect to young boys. They are currently league champions of Switzerland. United, we ain't no champions of anywhere. So you got to give them respect. They are champions of they're the king of the castle in their region. We are not the kings of the castle in any region. So
dude, they're like the National League. I mean,
Yeah.
come on, man. They're like the league cup.
you could only beat who they put in front of you. United will put in front of them and they beat United. It's just that simple. Should
They
I
did
say
beat us.
we
I will
actually
say that.
we
They
actually
did
shot
beat us.
ourselves in the foot? You know when you're looking at the gun, oh, is it this way or this way? Oh,
Yeah.
That's how it happened today.
Pretty
Leading
much.
1-0. I think it was bad enough. We scored first. That was because I believe every United fan in the world watching that game, when we scored, we all thought, oh, this is it. This game's done.
Yeah.
Then when the sending off happened, we started thinking, I
No,
don't know.
not me. I still thought we was gonna win that game. Is the Wan-Bissaka's off? Okay.
Yeah,
He's just
I
Wan-Bissaka.
thought the
He's not our
changes were
midfield. It's like,
the log came on. I thought, okay,
Yeah.
we got that.
but
But
when we
when
went
we saw
defensive,
the
that's when
pressing was just constant, it was wave after wave after wave. They didn't give up. They did not give up. And that was it. We could not come out of that. I've seen United butcher teams by just hemming them in the box. I've not seen us be hemmed that far back in the box for a long period. It's been a long time I've seen that.
for something
especially-
like that, to happen, they had to have been told to do
Yeah.
that. That's
Yeah.
why Ole gets a 1 for me. He told the team may have tied the game, but Ole lost the game.
Yeah.
Forget about what happened with Jesse. Jesse should have never been in that position. We
True.
lost that game because of the changes that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer made. That's why he gets a 1.
Adam made the point, the panic of the coaching staff, I think they did panic and make rash decisions and it all backfired and blew up in their face. Had we won, it would have been, struggle genius, but no. Credit to young boys. Well, viewers, you have heard it from our United fans who are still upset from this horrendous horror show today. Any United fan who saw that would just think like, you know what? This was shambolic. It was shocking, to say the least. On paper, United should not even be in this position, but it is football. That's why it's called the beautiful game. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop your comments. You could even grade the players yourself and tell us what you think about the grading. If you agree with them, do you think Adam was too generous? Do you think it was too soft on the players? Do you think Joe was too hard? Do you think it was too soft? Tell us what you think, and let's see what you think about this grading of the player ratings for this poor performance today. Well, Adam, it's been an absolute pleasure once again. Thank you very much for joining our show tonight, mate.
Cheers, boys. Thanks for having me again.
Joe, thank you again. We have gone through our hurricane. Hopefully everything went well. I mean, it wasn't as bad as it went,
I was actually in the office today.
No, that's good. Yeah, there was no only a few areas who suffered severe flood. Apart from that, it wasn't too bad.
Towards
Was
the
it?
coast.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. So we're grateful for that. So, well, on that note, hopefully we'll have something positive to look forward to on Sunday. We'll have our match reactions and match previews for that. We'll try and get a global one in on Saturday since the game's on Sunday. Probably, Adam, I don't know how, we'll see if Adam could join the UK, USA. We're going to try and get that combo in on Saturday.
Yeah, send me the link. I'll make myself available.
Right. So we'll get that in ready for Saturday and get ready for the West Ham game. So from everyone, from us, it's goodbye and good night. Glory, glory, Man United.
See you guys. Thanks for having me.
Again.
See you guys. Take care. God bless.
See ya.
Bye now.